Am I an INTJ or an INTP? If you're wondering whether this video is the finest INTP versus INTJ assessment for determining your genuine personality type, you've come to the correct place. The INTP personality type may appear similar to the INTJ personality for a variety of reasons. This is largely because the 16 personalities in Mbti place too much emphasis on the 8 dichotomies of introversion versus extroversion, intuition versus sensing, feeling versus thinking, and perceiving versus judging, without delving deeper into how these characteristics and traits manifest in each type. There is also a vague and somewhat superficial understanding of how cognitive functions manifest in real life, which doesn't help identify our true type. Although these two personalities have common characteristics and behavioral patterns, the INTP cognitive functions differ significantly from the INTJ cognitive functions. This video applies a fundamental understanding of their core brain functions to provide you with 7 simple examples to tell the INTP and INTJ personalities apart. 1. Inquisitive versus concentrated thinking. The best method to identify this pattern of behavior is to study how your mind works. If you are always interested and open to new ideas and paths, you are most likely an INTP who values extroverted intuition. On the contrary, if you have a focused mind that concentrates on a single and most ideal choice and path, it is likely that you prefer introverted intuition, which corresponds to an INTJ's primary function. An INTP's dominant function is introverted thinking TI, which, when combined with extroverted intuition NE, results in a personality that likes to make decisions internally and pays less attention to external circumstances or logic. As a result, these individuals tend to think more openly, speculating on various topics and attempting to discover the best answer to a question among an abundance of options and possibilities. An INTJ, on the other hand, is dominated by their introverted intuition perceptions, which are paired with an auxiliary extroverted thinking TE function that focuses heavily on facts, data, workable and effective strategies, and things that work in the present to make judgments and decisions that best fit their visions. This element tends to make INTJs more exact and focused in their conclusions. 2. Ambition versus analysis. Both INTPs and INTJs are intuitive thinkers. They possess unique perspectives on various topics and have a tendency to think creatively. They're also continuously thinking about new, important topics, which is why the INTP and INTJ intellect levels are hotly contested. Nevertheless, as they age, INTJs become more ambitious. When they are healthy, they develop into individuals who learn how to use their strong will and abilities to achieve results. Because they have more focused and perhaps narrow-minded visions of the future, they prefer to adhere to workable methods until they reach their objectives. INTPs, on the other hand, are more preoccupied with researching, evaluating, and categorizing information in order to discover the truth that best fits their logical judgments and worldviews. This highly precise and never-ending approach frequently stops these individuals from bringing their ideas into reality. They become lost in analysis paralysis and would rather brainstorm and continue looking for more information until they uncover the truth that better suits their logical beliefs. 3. Assertive versus overthinker. Another notable comparison is how these personalities feel about influencing other people's decisions and lives. If you're not sure if you're an INTJ or an INTP, consider how confident you are in advising and directing people, as well as how forceful or insecure you are in leadership. INTJs can and will gain confidence as they mature, and they will be more forceful about their decisions because of the time and effort they put into their research and methodologies. As a result, they are more bold when it comes to influencing the decisions of others. People also look to them for guidance because they are effective and pragmatic when dealing with real-world issues. INTPs, on the other hand, have a tendency to second-guess their own conclusions because they enjoy brainstorming and evaluating many options and paths. They also struggle with and neglect extroverted sensing. As a result, they lack confidence in influencing other people's decisions and prefer to avoid leadership roles and responsibilities whenever possible. 4. Being consistent versus being pragmatic. Another distinguishing feature between the two types is how they approach complex issues. Are you more interested in comprehending a problem or solving it right away? INTPs have a profound understanding of topics and seek to comprehend something before interacting with it. They would prefer to spend more time analyzing and comprehending a complex situation before attempting to address it. INTPs can become immobilized in their cognitive process, failing to act or taking too long to reach a practical conclusion. INTJs, on the other hand, are analytical and pragmatic, sometimes to a harmful extent. Their drive to complete tasks frequently makes them natural problem solvers. They can and will work persistently until they find a solution to an issue, without regard for whether the scenario makes sense to them personally or if it is consistent with their logical convictions. However, by being too far removed from the present moment, INTJs can fail to be perceptive and cause inefficiencies within processes. 5. Rigid versus flexible. Another distinction that may be obvious is how open these personalities are to other people's viewpoints. Observe how firm and inflexible you are in your decisions, as well as when others try to tell you what to do. Because of their self-assurance in their strategies and visions, INTJs are prone to stubbornness. Other people's opinions, unless they yield tangible outcomes, do not easily sway them. As a result, they may be difficult to deal with and project an image of arrogance, harshness, and coldness. INTPs, on the other hand, are more adaptable and generally approachable in nature. They enjoy discussing theories, concepts, and logical arguments, even if they disagree with them. The fact that they can exchange ideas with other people fascinates them, and they can appear to be more social and warm than INTJs. 6. Open versus argumentative conversations. Although the INTP and INTJ personality types appear similar, they interact very differently. An INTJ's dominant cognitive function is introverted intuition, and people with this personality type possess a deep understanding of various subjects, which leads them to initiate stimulating discussions whenever possible. They are not inclined to criticize the logic or principles of others. They love associating with like-minded people so that their interactions can be more constructive and, ideally, broaden their grasp of reality. An INTP's dominant cognitive function is introverted thinking TI, which places a high value on logical consistency and formulating decisions and conclusions based on subjective criteria. Therefore, INTP people must personally approve theories, ideas, and concepts before embracing them. Many people perceive them as contentious during talks, despite the fact that their rational and extremely impartial arguments are usually free of malice or aggression. 7. Fey versus Say as aspirational functions. The fourth function refers to the cognitive processes that one hopes to develop as they mature. When people engage in activities that use these capabilities, they see them as both pleasant and challenging. To identify whether you are an INTP or an INTJ, consider what you wish you could perform better or which functions you admire and find appealing in others. For an INTP, the aspirational and fourth function is extroverted feeling FE. Therefore, they want to connect with others in the group, as well as belong to a community of people that understand and appreciate them for who they are and what they have to offer. As INTPs mature, they become more emotionally aware and capable of leading and directing a group of people who have common interests and hobbies. An INTJ's fourth function is extroverted sensing SE. Therefore, they strive to be more forceful in making their visions a reality in the present moment. People who are action-oriented, live in the present, and understand how to experience and impact their immediate surroundings motivate them. As INTJs mature, they become more focused on experiencing and shaping the present moment. If you found this video interesting and want to know more about the MBTI and other personality systems, feel free to subscribe and leave a like. I am extremely thankful.